Hello, Flosstube. Um, this is part two of my WIP video. I'm showing all of, well, most of the WIPs that I have in my collection, not including the ones that I'm currently working on. That's going to be in the next video. But my phone has a limited recording capacity in one single stretch, so I'm having to make two videos about it. So this is part two. Let's see. These are in no particular order. I'm just pulling them out of my WIP box. These are WIPs that I haven't worked on in a while, but they'll all get some love. Okay, this one is Shepherd's Bush, Sail Away. And this one uh, has a lot of emotion tied to it. I love this design, and when I first read the verse, the little saying, I about cried, because it reminds me of my sons. I think of them a lot because they are quickly becoming men. They're 10 and 13, and they're growing every day, and I know one day I'm going to have to let them go out into the wide world, and it's a little bit bittersweet. So, but I know that, and I hope that they know that there's always a place here for them. So, I'm going to read the verse. It says, "Sail away, my dear one, upon a lapis sea, but if the winds be restless, come back again to me." So, I don't know. I stitched this with a mama's heart. And I bought this as a kit, and I absolutely adore the silks. You know, they send a variety. I love these little floss cards that they send with their kits. Now, this is my only current Shepherd's Bush WIP, and it's also the first Shepherd's Bush that I've stitched. Now, I've got some stockings and some other little kits in my stash, but this is the first one that I have started. And I decided to stitch this on Picture This Plus Sprite in 36 count. Oh, I guess I should show my progress first. I haven't done a whole lot, and I like the specialty stitches again, but right here it's 1/1 on 36 count, and it's manageable, but I'm really not enjoying that part. So untangle, but I really like how the fibers look on this. So I think it's going to be really pretty when it's all done. I just need to get back to it before my sons are grown and out there in the big wide world. So I think I'm just going to set this to the side here. Okay, the next one is from the Sampler Company, which is designed by Brenda Keys, and it's Over the Hills. And I like that. And this is an interesting point of history, and my fiance Brian and I are both kind of history geeks. So it says, King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away. And I just like it. I like the colors and, you know, the time period here. And I don't know if you guys, if any of you guys like historical fiction. There is a show on Netflix. I think it's a Netflix original. It's called Turn, Turn, and it's all about the Revolutionary War, and it's like edge of your seat kind of stuff. I mean, it's not boring at all, but it's really awesome. And they've got season 1 out, or season I think there are 2 seasons. I may be wrong. I don't know. But they are making more, and it's like really, really, really good. So if you like history, if you like the Revolutionary War, any of that, if you just like a good show, well, and who doesn't? Go watch that. Anyway, I'm rambling again, and I apologize. So I'm stitching this on 25 count Lugana, 2/1, and I'm just doing, oh, it's upside down. And I'm only doing one leg of a cross stitch, so I'm not. So I'm not doing a full cross on this, and I actually kind of like how that's turning out. Again, I don't have a huge amount of progress, and I just love the colors in this house, like in the roof. So I'm saving this WIP for when the next season of Turn comes out on Netflix, and that's going to be my Netflix Turn watching WIP for sure. Okay, let me get this back into the sleeve. Apologize for the rustling and the reaching and all that good stuff. Okay. What have we got here? This one is, and I don't know what I've stitched this on, so this is Home is Where You Hang Your Needlework by Spun Elegance. And I don't have to, I need to track down this little charm because I don't have it. Oh, here it is. I wrote it down. It's on Silk Weaver Cinnamon Roll in 28 count. I'm stitching this with Belsoir. And I have got a teeny tiny, I've got the outline of the little borders done and one letter. And it's not even completely finished. I got the H. So basically not a start. I mean, I guess technically it is, but okay. And I started this one several years ago. And it's just okay. It's not one of those projects that's screaming out to me, you know. So, I don't know when I'm going to stitch it, but okay. And the next is Carriage House Samplings. It's Big Fish. And there are 2 versions. There's this one, which is more of a sampler version with ABCs. And then there's this version. And this is the one that I'm doing. And it says, if this work you find a shame, then the needle is to blame. So, I'm doing this one, and I'm stitching this one on 36 count Sparrow. And I've got, well, I guess it's, and I normally stop in the top, start in the top left-hand corner of a design. So it's kind of unusual for me to start at the bottom. But I think I did because it was going to be easier or something. I don't know. And I'm stitching that in the called for threads. Pardon me. Excuse me. Okay. This next one is Blackbird Designs, From Me to Thee. Come on, behave here. Just take it out of the sleeve. Okay, there we go. I really like that one. So, yeah. And this, the heart is done in a Smyrna cross. I can't wait to do that. That'll be awesome. I think this is stitched on 32 count platinum. And with the colors with this, I did not use, oh, and well, you can't really tell because all I've done is part of the wing. But I subbed all the colors out for this. I decided to just kit it up from what I had in stash. So it's a mix of all kinds of things. I've got some Simply Shaker in here. I've got Weeks Dye Works. I've got Victorian Motto. Let's see what else is in here. I've got some DMC. And this floss I actually dyed myself, so it doesn't have it's greens and like oranges, and I was gonna do that for the leaf. So it's just some DMC that I dyed myself, so it doesn't have a name, but I just picked out some colors that I liked. So, and I'm probably gonna give that to my mother. I like stitching things for her because she's so appreciative of it. A couple years ago, I did my mother's honor. I don't remember that. It's from Blackbird Designs, or my mother's honor do, and she flipped out. She loved it so much. And she's actually got it hanging up in her bedroom. But anyway. This one, you'll just see that one when it comes up. Okay, but I will show this one. It's another Mirabilia design, and I've only got part of the head done. But I'll tell you what it is. It's, well, I'll go ahead and show it. Why not? Is Scent of Old Roses, and it is stitched on a 32 count Silk Weaver Solo. Come on, Warrior. I got a tiny little start on this one. And again, this was one that I think I started something. It's just the top of her head right here. It's very tippy top. So this is one I think that I started it, and then I like a few days later started something else, and then this got, but now that I'm looking at it, I need to give this one some love. And then here's the whole piece. So I need to put this at the front of the tote. This needs to go into my non-rotation rotation. There we go. You know, soon. And then I've got another mirror that I'm working on. And it is, oh no, oh no, oh no. I put it in the wrong. I put Scent of Old Roses in my little bag with Fairy Flora, which I'm so sorry. I'm like all over the place right now. Okay. I'm stitching Fairy Flora. And I bought the pattern, and I don't remember where. I think off eBay. And then I found the kit shortly afterwards, also on eBay, for like a song. And so I actually have the pattern twice, but I couldn't pass up. I mean, it would cost me more for me to kit up the pattern myself than what I paid for this. I think I paid like $15 for the kit. So I said, yes, please. Anyway, I like this. And it has lots of teal is my favorite color. And so it has some teals in here. And I love the roses up here too. I'll show you in a minute. And what I really love also about the design is how there is a border around that whole thing, but there's overhang right here and the wing. And I just, for some reason, that just strikes me as really elegant. But if I did have to start this one over, I think that I would do it on hand-dyed fabric. So, but this is what I've done so far. And I've already put in some beads, and I couldn't resist that. Oh, the roses. Look at the colors of those. They're so, you know, it's soft browns and pinks. And I just think that that's so feminine. I love it. And this is, I think 32 count even weave. So, this also needs to get some love soon. I think it'll be gorgeous when it's done. Oh, and speaking of gorgeous when it's done, so many of you have commented from my first video on the rose sampler, and I just want to say thank you for all those comments. I'm glad that there are other people out there that really like that design. So sadly, I haven't worked on it since my first video. I also haven't worked on the mermaid, which I said I wanted to finish by the end of the year for my daughter. So I kind of feel like maybe I jinxed myself saying that I wanted to finish those. But I have been working on, I have been stitching, I promise. So this next one, I've got still attached to the scroll rods, so I'll have to kind of try to work that into the video. And it's Marriage of the Minds. And it's gorgeous. It's by the Drawn Thread. I love it. I love that house. And I really like the verse. That's why I'm stitching it. It's from one of Shakespeare's sonnets. And I read it periodically. But I'm not going to try to read it out loud because I'll butcher it. Let's see, where is it? Oh, it's in here. So I haven't gotten very far in it because this is a big project. I mean, it's going to be a big one. But this is what I've gotten done so far. Let me see. And there are these little rosette stitches. And they're actually, I don't know, that the camera's not focusing on it. I can't get it to focus. And there you go. You can get a little bit of it on that one. But it's very intricate. It's like, I don't know, something crazy like 20 stitches or something. I don't know. Maybe that's an exaggeration. But there are a lot of steps into making one of those little rosettes. But I love it. It's it's so intricate in person. And so I love those specialty stitches on there. And I'm looking, there's some more in the design. So I'm really looking forward to those. Okay. I feel like I'm leaving some out. And I believe that I am. Okay. Let me just, I'm going to pause real quick. I'm going to just make sure that I went through the entire tote. And I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I did find some more. And this is actually, and these are ones that were in my WIP tote. But the reason I didn't see them is because they're actually in my stitching basket, which is different from my stitching tote. This is a basket I've got with, oh, show you, I picked this up at, I think, the Dollar Tree. Nerds rule. And it's a binder that's just got designs in it that I'm going to start hopefully very soon. So, and I keep these in my stitching basket to kind of keep me inspired. Keep the stitchy bug going. Sometimes I do have a problem with that. Anyway, these designs, sorry for that. These designs are ones, or these WIPs are ones that were in my big stitching tote that I keep in my sewing room cabinet. But these are, I'm going to start stitching on them. They're in my non-rotation rotation. I think that's what the term I'm going to use. So this is no bees, no honey, no work, no money. And I tried to look for the name of this fabric. And I think it's a fabric, it's like 32 count sassy something, but I don't remember. But I don't know that you can really even call this a start. I got like 9 stitches of the top of the border done, and that's it. I mean, I know, isn't that pitiful? But I really like the design, and I think it's going to look so pretty. And these colors just look so nice, I think, on this fabric. Of course, they're not going to cooperate now. But, so hopefully that will get some love here very soon. And this one, actually, I want to show you, but it's a gift. The anniversary of my first date with my fiance is coming up on the 6th. And he doesn't know he's getting this. And he's subscribed to my channel, but I don't think he plans on watching any of my videos. I don't know. I kind of made him watch my first video so I could get some feedback. So if he was like, oh no, you really don't need to post that, you know, that I'd rather get criticism from somebody that I know. Anyway, I don't know that he's going to watch any of my subsequent videos. I don't know why he subscribed to it, but there's a chance that he might see this. So it's bad enough that he knows that he's getting something stitched for at least part of his anniversary gift from me, but I'm not going to show it. But it's here, and I'll just show it when it's finished. Okay, this next one, oh, I just spent, literally, I spent about 5 minutes going through this tote and going through it again and going through it again to find this particular design. And it was sitting right here next to me the whole time. Derp, derp, derp. Sorry. I am so all over the place today. This is Birds of a Feather by Blackbird Designs. Oh, and my country accent's coming out. Y'all know I live in Alabama now. I usually don't speak with an accent, but I've been here for a very, very long time. And so my parents, they live in Ohio. So whenever I go up there, or when I ever go somewhere not in the South, it seems that I don't really feel like I have an accent, but the people, especially up north, you know, they're like, oh, say this or say that, or but it's such a fun accent, you know. Yeah. And they're really, I know that there are very many friendly people out in the world, but as far as, you know, people waving at you when you're driving down the street or walking down the street, there's no place I like Alabama. I hate it. When we first moved here, I hated it because there's really not a whole lot to do. And it can be kind of boring sometimes. You fellow Alabamians, if there are any out there that are watching this video, you know what I'm talking about. It can get kind of, and the weather's kind of iffy, and anyway, but you can't beat the people. The people here are just amazing. Anyway, this is my progress so far, and I really, really like it. I got the border to match up. Yay! I don't know if anybody else kind of panics when you're doing a border on a piece, especially if it's a, you know, like a mid-size project. And the closer, for me, the closer I get to the sides meeting up, the two ends meeting up, the more kind of anxious I get, because I really, you know, I mean, who likes frogging, you know? But so I always do like a mini happy dance when the borders meet up. So it's like a mini finish, you know. You feel so proud that, you know, yay, I can count. So anyway, I love the colors in this little urn down here, this little bowl. The only thing I'm not happy with, and I may have to unpick it and do something else, I don't like how this cream is showing up on this design. And I think this is a Silk Weaver Solo. Ooh, I'm at almost 26 minutes. I gotta hustle. Okay. This next one is something that was in my WIP basket, and it's brought out, and I got to give a shout out here to the Primitive Stitcher. She mentioned in one of her videos, and I'm still getting caught up on her videos, but she mentioned a couple times that she wanted to stitch this this needle case on the back, and that got me to thinking about that I had this and that I had a design started. Also, let me just hit pause here real quick. Also out of this book is this pin cushion. I think it's called Pins and Tulips. And Vanna, if you're watching this video, breathe, girl. It'll be okay. I know it's not a perfect 90-degree corner, so please don't have a heart attack. I don't want to be responsible, but it'll be okay. If I had to do it over again, I would work a little harder on this one. And actually, I think this isn't that I didn't poke it out enough. I think that I sewed crooked. And so anyway, if it's causing you anxiety, Vanna, I'm sorry, but it'll be okay. Just take some deep breaths. Anyway, put my little initial up there. Anyway, I love it. Oh, this is supposed to be the Barnaby. That's what the bee's name is called. I know that seems random, but if you watched my first WIP video, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's when Barnaby met Bella. That's the Biscornu pattern that I have in my stash. And this is Bella. That's the little, and I just love this little hedgehog. He is so cute. Anyway, those are my little counting pins, and I keep this on the arm of my stitching chair. Anyway, back to this design. I am stitching the Morning of Life. No, can't show that. Okay. And I love this urn and stuff. This is just a very solemn thing. And it has a verse in it, and it's not that I don't like the verse, but I wanted to change it up. So I actually like the verse on the Sarah Cook sampler that I've got. And I don't know when I'm going to stitch this, maybe someday, but I'm actually borrowing a verse from that I'm just going to swap the two out, and I've adjusted the fabric for that. The verse is going to be, if life was a thing that money could buy, the rich they would live and the poor only die. But God in his judgment has ordered it so that the rich and the poor together must go. So gotta love that. So I'm not changing anything else about the sampler, but except for the verse, which is gonna go right here. And I've only done, that's how wide it's gonna be. I've only done the top of the border, so basically nothing. But it's gonna get some love. It's in my stitching basket now, not in my WIP tote, so it's gonna see some progress done on it. And that's also on 32 count Birds of a Feather Sandpiper. Was there anything else? Still got 3 minutes before my phone cuts me off. Oh, there is one more thing. If I can find it. This is actually all my Q snaps, because I've been working on it the last couple of days. It's by Plum Street Samplers. It's Paradise Lost. And I know many of you have seen that design before. And I'm loving it. I'm so glad that I dug it out of there. Oh, And you can't, I don't really want to take it back out of the Q-snaps, but of course the bottom of the design is here, and I've got Adam's legs stitched, but I don't have his torso stitched. But right now I'm working here on these apples and trying to, so next I'll finish out this branch here and then do the 2 branches here. So I want to get this tree finished before I do anything else. And I love the color of the snake and the way that's probably my favorite part of the design so far. So, but I will show that again in my WIP update. So, yeah, that's it. Yeah, okay, there was something else I was going to talk about, but I'll leave it for my next video, which I may go ahead and record because my daughter's still asleep, so, you know. Okay. So thank you for watching my video and bearing with me. I'm still learning about, you know, the intricacies of making a video and trying to stay organized and not say the word a million times. So thank you everybody for your patience and for watching. And okay, I'll see everybody soon. Bye.